Picture this: you've just stepped into a quiet room. The noise from the world outside fades away. The endless distractions, the constant demands for attention, everything that pulls at your consciousness disappears. And in this stillness, you are left with just one thing: the peaceful, grounding sound of your own thoughts. In this moment, you find not just contentment, but an overwhelming sense of joy. But what if this solitude wasn't something to fear, but something to cherish? What if in these moments, you could rediscover a deeper connection to your soul, a connection not dependent on the external world, but rooted in something much greater? Have you ever felt the desire to be alone, not out of frustration or sadness, but because something deep within you craves that space? This isn't loneliness. It's the voice of your spirit calling for reflection, for rest, for a return to the essence of your being. Today, let's explore a powerful transformation. We'll learn how spiritually awakened souls embrace solitude, not because they've lost touch with the world, but because they've found something far greater. Here's the realization: the more you understand this, the more you come to see that true fulfillment doesn't require the constant presence of others. In fact, you might discover that your deepest peace comes from being alone, in the presence of the divine within. Let's take a moment and reflect. Think about the early stages of your spiritual journey, or perhaps where you find yourself now. It's a time of seeking, a time of searching for answers in books, conversations, and the people around you. In this phase, we often look outward, depending on others to guide us, seeking validation and reassurance. We feel a need to connect, as though the answers to life's mysteries are outside of us. We attend workshops, join communities, and engage in discussions, all in an attempt to understand the world beyond the material. But eventually, a subtle shift occurs. We begin to realize that the answers we seek don't lie out there in the world. They are within us, in the silence, in the depths of our own hearts. This is the moment when the pull towards solitude begins. As we deepen our spiritual journey, something remarkable happens. The once craved social interactions begin to lose their appeal. The endless chatter, the gossip, the noise of the outside world no longer nourishes the soul. Instead, we start to crave solitude, not as a retreat from life, but as a return to our truest selves. In solitude, we are free. There is no noise, no distractions, no expectations, just the stillness in which our soul can truly rest and heal. This is where the true shift occurs. You begin to rely not on external validation, but on the divine wisdom that lies within. You stop seeking approval from the outside world, for you realize that the divine within is all you need to feel whole. The beauty of this shift is that it feels liberating, not lonely. When we begin to trust our inner guidance, we realize that we no longer need people to fill the voids within. We have discovered that only we, with the help of the divine, can fill those spaces. This is the joy of isolation, the freedom to be your true, authentic self without the pressures of the world around you. But why does this shift happen? Why do spiritually awakened souls find so much joy in solitude? The answer lies in the nature of spiritual awakening itself. Awakening is about shedding layers of conditioning, releasing the false identities we've built through societal pressures. As we awaken, we realize that the person we once believed ourselves to be, the one constantly seeking validation, approval, and connection, isn't the real you. In solitude, there are no masks, no expectations, just the pure essence of who you are. And this is where true liberation lies. In silence, the external noise fades, and the clarity you've been searching for emerges. In this quiet, you begin to hear the voice of your soul. This is the real work, the deep introspection, the healing of old wounds, the confrontation with your shadow self. Is it always easy? No. Solitude forces you to face parts of yourself you might have been avoiding. But in this confrontation, true transformation happens. When spiritually awakened souls spend time alone, they are not running from the world. They are running toward their own inner truth. They know that peace, wisdom, and clarity are found in the silence, not in the noise of the outside world. Before we delve further into the profound joys of solitude and why spiritually awakened souls are drawn to it, I'd love to hear from you. Have you felt this pull towards solitude? How has isolation played a role in your spiritual growth? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this resonates with you, consider subscribing to Quantum Aligned. Together, we can explore these deep spiritual topics and continue our journey of awakening. One of the most profound joys of spiritual awakening is the liberation from social conditioning. Society teaches us from a young age that we must conform, follow the crowd, and seek approval from others. We are told that happiness, fulfillment, and success come from external achievements, titles, possessions, and social status. But spiritually awakened souls see through this illusion. They understand that true fulfillment doesn't come from external validation. It comes from breaking free from the conditioning that tells us we need to fit in order to be complete. In solitude, you are free to be yourself, to be in alignment with the divine truth within you. This is why spiritual souls cherish isolation. It's a break from the constant pressure to conform, to please others, to fit into roles that don't align with your soul's calling. When you spend time alone, you discover the beauty of your true nature and the less you need others to affirm you. In solitude, life becomes simpler, quieter, and far more profound. When you no longer need others for validation, you stop engaging in superficial relationships that drain your energy. Instead, you become aligned with your truest self and the divine wisdom that guides you. You stop seeking approval from others and start living from a place of inner peace and contentment. In solitude, you uncover the beauty of simplicity. You come to realize that life doesn't need to be complicated to be fulfilling. It's the quiet moments, the peaceful cup of tea in the morning, the golden glow of the sunset, the stillness of a serene room that you find true joy. Without the noise of the outside world, you become attuned to the subtle joys of existence. You no longer need grand gestures, dramatic relationships, or constant social interaction to feel whole. The simplicity of being becomes more than enough for spiritually awakened souls. Isolation is not merely about personal growth, it's about deepening your connection to the divine. In the stillness of solitude, the distractions of life fade away, and you become more in tune with the presence of the divine within and around you. Throughout history, mystics, monks, and sages have sought solitude as a way to connect with higher realms of consciousness. They understood that in silence, the divine speaks, and it is in solitude that they found their deepest connection to the divine. In this quiet, you are able to connect more profoundly with your higher self, your guides, and the universe itself. This connection brings a sense of peace, a peace that cannot be found in the hustle and bustle of daily life. It's a peace that transcends words, a profound knowing that you are never truly alone, even when physically by yourself. Many people fear isolation because they associate it with loneliness, but spiritually awakened souls understand that being alone doesn't equate to being lonely. In fact, it is often in solitude that you come to realize that you are never truly alone. When you embrace isolation, you release the fear of being by yourself. You stop running from your own thoughts and emotions and begin to face them with courage. This is where real spiritual growth happens. You stop fearing the unknown and begin to trust the process of your own spiritual evolution. In this space, you learn to embrace the present moment without needing the distractions of people or the world outside. You become comfortable with the ebb and flow of life, trusting that everything you need is already within you. The joy of no longer needing others is not about rejecting the world or isolating yourself permanently. It's about understanding that your worth, your peace, and your fulfillment do not depend on anyone else. True joy comes from within, and in solitude, You reconnect with your authentic self, free from the expectations and distractions of society. So, if you're feeling drawn to isolation, don't resist it. Embrace it as a sign of your spiritual growth. Know that solitude is not loneliness. It's a sacred space where you can rediscover who you truly are and deepen your connection to the divine. Remember, the most profound spiritual journeys are often walked alone. But in that solitude, you will find strength, peace, and joy that the outside world can never provide. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. How has isolation played a role in your spiritual journey? Let's continue this conversation.